So if we're thinking about delivering an integrated marketing campaign that really delivers, there are three key things really, which is finding the right people, the right place, at the right time. And those three big challenges aren't separate, they all come together because it's all about what device are people using, what moment of the customer journey are they in, what's their mindset. So the solution isn't simple, but the tools are now there. So the most advanced, arguably, is the ability to actually say, let's find out the mindset of the people who are most open, and then let's use the technology available to us to actually find a much bigger group of people who are just like them attitudinally, and then target the marketing that is to the right person, at the right time, to the right mindset, and that's when you actually get mind-blowing results. The great news is you can do that.
I think with the proliferation of the digital channels, which we all know, consumer path to purchase has become even more complicated. To deliver an integrated campaign, I think the three challenges are: first is, how do you synchronize offline and online activities? How much to invest online versus offline? Second is, even within online, there are so many channels. When to stream, what kind of content, to whom, when, where and how. That's the most critical step. And that is the biggest challenge for the marketeers. And the third challenge in that exactly the same stream of thought is to understand what kind of brand, how to manage the brand proposition, consistency of that across all those channels.
One of the really big challenges that marketers face right now is actually trying to think consistently about all the different parts of their marketing mix. And I think as data has become more important, as the opportunity to run very targeted campaigns, targeting very specific data points that are being created becomes more and more possible as people and brands are starting to leverage their CRM data much more effectively, as they're using social more effectively with those customers as well. The big question is, what do other parts of the marketing mix do to help with that targeted marketing?
I think the three biggest challenges are going to differ dramatically based on the kind of brand you are and what your objectives are and what you're trying to achieve. In terms of three major ones, I'd definitely start with the ones we covered today. So to begin with, how do you tier your strategy? It's not enough to be simply chasing your consumer because everyone thinks they're moving faster. They are, but you can't just market to your fastest moving consumer. There's also kind of a broad spectrum to market to. So tiering strategies, tailoring messages, that's one challenge. Moving on from there, it's really about mastering multimodal touch points. So we were obsessed over the years with kind of what's above the line, what's below the line, which touch points do which things for a brand, and increasingly they do lots of things all at once. So how can you use your in-store experience to build your brand? How can you use your brand building touch points to drive sales all at once? And finally, marrying data with strategy. This isn't really about objectives, it's about internal alignment, making sure your insight function works with your targeting function, works with your agencies in order to deliver far greater results we've had before.
I think a lot of it is actually about data, and of course we live in a world of big data. There's so much data out there, but actually it's about the ability to be able to create insight from the data, and then from that insight be able to convert that into how you can target your consumers better, and then that can be taken through to actual strategies and programmatic ways of actually kind of reaching consumers and delivering a better ROI.
I guess I think the biggest challenges would be about how to reduce wastage and also how to curb your enthusiasm. So I think in the world that we live in today, in the media landscape that we live in today, there is a tendency to want to do everything and to engage in all channels and on all platforms. And I think what's really needed is much more of a focus on precision. How can we be really clear about who we're targeting, how we want to target them, and therefore the channels that we want to use. So my big counsel would be to really focus on precision and not feel that you've got to try and do everything.